Hello, it's day 12 of our journey to take a $5,000 account and grow it to $50,000. Okay, so let's look and analyze the market real quick. So overnight, you can see kind of an M forming here. It's definitely a downtrend right here. So we expect this to probably come down, probably in this area right here, or all the way to here. Okay, and now let's measure our price cycles. So this is 17, 26. This one was a big run right here, 40 something. So based on that, we probably want to reduce our risk rather than 0.08, I mean, we'll half it to 0.04, okay? And the price and time cycles, consolidations are right about here. So, well, we are kind of right in here. It's a little bit fast. So we're going to slow it down some at the time. 1.5, 1.5, 1-ish. This looks like about right. Okay, so that's what we're going to use for our price and time cycles, and likely to be a 2 price cycle drop right here. Why? Because this is basically this level. You can see 0, 1, 2. It's about try to test it, second time, 3 times. This time right here, 0, 1, 2. So I would think this would drop to the next level right here, which is right at the top of support right here. And then the next one probably to here. Okay, with that, let's start trading. I'll slow this down some to 4x, and then let's sell into this. Two, three. This is kind of at the bottom of the price cycle, so I'm gonna be a little bit lighter. That's why I only have 3 trades on, and not a lot. The best place to enter the sells would have been here, and just based on this price action, and this is, I can actually downward. Again, it's also at that point where it can bounce because it's about the 50%, and that's what you're seeing here. It's bouncing some. All right, so just building my position. I don't know what happened to my triangle. Oh, there it is. It's 2 on top of each other, so. So there it is. So now I'm gonna add to my 2s. Just waiting for that turn on the 1 minute, which we see now. But this next candle might negate. It is going up again. There it is. It goes up. I'm gonna add to my sells here at the price cycle. And I think this is the turn because it just got negated. So we'll probably go up 50% right here and then come back down. That. If it continues up, then we might be facing 2 price cycles up like this. So that's what it looks like. It wants to turn up. So we're basically at the top of the 15 before it goes doji, and it's turning down again. So, oops, wanted to add more cells there, and it still keeps going up. Okay, so this is where you could hedge it in a little bit, basically profit on the way up. It's touching this trend again, channel, and this could be the apex right there. Basically this trend line right there, the channel. I doubt it will break up. Alright, so we got some take profits, I think, right there. So on the M1 this is the turn, but on the M5 and 15 it has not turned yet. So there's a possibility this is going to continue up, and we go 3 price cycles against us. So what I want to do is basically start hedging it and buy into it. So I missed my chance to buy right here. But this could be that double top right there. So based on this, I'm gonna add my buys, and it's negating. So this could be it as far as the turn. So I'm gonna take off my buys. I only added a few right there just as a safety, and then I add my sells to pay for it. So on the 1 minute chart, this is a likely turn. So added some 2 TPs to, because its volatility is, you know, up and down kind of thing here. Basically recycle some of these trades, and this should be it. Okay, so this now should go down, retouch the retouch and drop, because you have like 0 here, that's the base, first retracement, you know, 2, 3 kind of thing. Market typically moves in 3s, so it should drop when it turns down. So not good though on the 5 minute, still not the turn yet, and this right now it's a continuation pattern right there. Alright, so earlier buys that I took off would have been helpful right there. Oops, I added the wrong direction there. Don't want to be adding at the end. So it should turn down still, but right now this is forming a W. So broken the trend line, and we got a little W here. So likelihood wants to break this consolidation up, but based on this action I would think not. So I'm just gonna keep adding to the cells there. Went 3 price cycles against me, and then so this is it. So this is here's the action point. Came back to it right here. You can see the support, so it should bounce a little bit up, and then we should add back to the cells like that. So the target is a little low on the other side. best if it's right at right here, the body right there. So I'm pretty heavy right now. 7 times 0.04. I'm basically 2.8 lots. All right, there's some of the trades got profit, and then a slightly better position. My goodness, it keeps going up. So again, there's that W. So well, we can only play the market structure that we can see. Just overall, this is still the trend down. And again, nothing has turned on the 5 or the 15. Once it turns on the 5 is where we would be safer. So this could be it. So you can see it's coming down and it's breaking that channel. So it should come down to here again. At least to here. I don't like the structure though, because this is up. W wants to continue up. And there you see it, it's continuing up. Okay, so this is where we basically have to lighten. This could be the apex right here. So this is a good sign on the 5 minute right there. There it is. That's basically a reversal. We got an M on the 1, and then you can see it's turning down. So this is it. This is the apex. So there on the pullback, I'm adding 2 TPs. On the 15, this is a good sign. If the body is inside like this, could be that reversal coming. Until it breaks this right here, especially this right here, it's not turning down. But this looks like it's coming up 50% and then dropping. So this, again, I think is the apex. We should turn now. This might be the most it gives us before it turns up. So we're just watching this because it looks like it's wanting to turn back up, that it fails to break. On the 5 minute, it has turned, which is a good sign. This now it's doji down, good, very good sign right here. I'm gonna add to the 2 TPs, thinking it will break down. This is not good though. It's now negating. So we might just have to take a loss here and flip to buys. Because this is a W pattern right here, which means it wants to go up. This is a doji here, which is, this is strong sell or strong buys, and then this is now kind of like a watch and see continuation. So nothing saying strong sell yet. I mean, based on price cycle, it did come down 1 right there. Went up 3, came down 1. What I would hope to see is it comes down 2 like this. There it is. So once it comes down to here, we should be on net profit. Yep, and there it is. And then based on this move, it should continue to pivot. Should, doesn't mean it will. But likely to pull back like this and then come down. So we're good on ourselves, and then I'm going to add to the position here. 2 TPs. Why? Because these bottom sells I might have to give back to the market, so I'm paying for them by adding right here. This is a great sign that the W is failed. So basically, can this be the M now? And this is not a good sign that it's just hovering right here. And there it is. So should TP here. Come on. There's a lot of bullish buying pressure right here with wicks on the bottom. So it should come up, retest this for the break right here, and then drop. If it does not drop, then we have to get out because it's buying pressure, pushing it up. So this is it, the resistance right here. Basically retest that 1 price cycle, and it should come down. Add right here to the T2Ps. On the 5-minute, it's turned up though. This is not a good sign. And on the 15-minute, there's a doji. Again, not a good sign. This is where we get out. Well, this is a good one. If this candle can negate and break this channel, it might be the exhaustion bar though, so we have to see if it holds. If this can turn it down again, then we're safe on ourselves. Else we have to get out at a loss. See, it's negating. This is a good sign. Engulfing candle down, and this is it. Should come back all the way down now, which is oops, it's not moving. Oh, here it is. So it should be like this. Okay, so this is a good chance of an M. You see, like this. So we're gonna hold on ourselves. And then you can see we're net profitable, small profit though, and it's just having a hard time going down. It should reach this pivot again. That's what I see. There it is. And when it does, I'm going to peel off these bottom cells if it doesn't execute TP wise. There it is, and then peel these off here. Reduce the risk, and then some of the tops, like I said, top TPs down here or up here, I paid for them. So the 2s and 3s and 4s, and now I hold on to about 10, which is about 0.4, which is a very small position, but it's just risk management. Why? Because it could bounce still. Yeah, it was struggling so much to get down here. So I'm going to secure my trades. go. And if it stays below this, then we're gonna drop. So we're gonna do another drop like this. But if it breaks this, then we're going up again. So this right here. And right now it's saying it's holding and we're continuing down. But this is, you don't want to be adding right here right now. If anything, you could be building a buy position going up, but this is on the third test. 0, 1, 2, 3, well, basically the M, so I would not be buying right now. And I would not be selling as far as adding to the position either until it breaks this. If it breaks below, closes below, what's likely to happen? It comes back up a little bit, retest, and if it holds, then we're gonna drop. And then this is where I would smack into the 2 TPs here for a lot of extra profit. So there it is, it's pulling back slightly, okay? Kind of that fake out. And this candle will tell if we're going to continue down, which it is. If it holds right there, nope, see, look at that. Faked out, coming back. So this is where we would just close out. And the buys are coming back into the market right here. So we'll wait for a little bit of pullback and then start adding the buys. But there it goes. So there's that slight pullback to the buys here. And I'm just doing some 2 TPs just because the buys is a weaker position right now. The market structure is the down. So I'm basically, these buys could be lost. Dragging these targets down to make it a little bit easier to hit. But based on this structure, it might just be we're about to drop. Because this is just a consolidation right here. You know, it drops, consolidates, and then probably continue down. So add some buys here. This is the last of it, and it might drop. There it is. It pops. So and you can see it's doji, and there it is. There's the buying pressure. So that's what I was talking about, right? So it should come up to the trend line here, retest, and then if anything, probably drops again. I'm going to build back into my sell position. This is at the action point right here, you know, 50% as well. So that's why I added kind of light because it could go up again, all the way back up to, you know, like right in here. But it doesn't look like it. So then I'm going to add now to my 2 TPs here, come back down. Basically, it should touch, it might bounce. That's why I'm using 2 TPs. But most likely comes down and then passes through and breaks this level. But right now it's having a hard time doing that. Add back to some 2 TPs again too, just because there's a lot of volatility here. This is a good sign, turning down again. Here we got dojis like this. These are continuation dojis, and again on this structure is an M. Should come down now to this right here. Because 0, 1, 2, 3 basically. See, it's breaking down, and then this is where even though this is the bottom of it, I'm actually going to add to the cells because of the number of times it's hit this. There it is. It's going about to break down. This is slightly risky, but if it was over here, I would face the drawdown. But based on this pattern right here on the M5, this is a continuation down pattern. And again, it's the M on the 15. So it's a clear downward pattern. When it's hitting support like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, it should drop to the next support, which is right here in the orange line. So you can see it does try to bounce, but it's just a doji and it's being negated. So there it is. There's the break. So if you measure the price cycles based on the pivot here, we should continue down, and then if it's 3 price cycles, you'll see it hits just at the bottom support. Okay, so a slight pullback like that. I'm gonna add back to my 2 TPs, and these are where I recycle. And this is how I make extra profits, because the price does not go down straight like this. Usually if it goes down straight like that, it's going to get rejected, but prices will typically go down, up, step like this, up, step, step. And this is where I make extra profits. So I keep my 0 TPs here for the runners, and I exit, down in here, and then I would make profits all the way down. It's basically called a shotgun approach, where you spread your trades, and it's a building technique, because as prices go in your favor, you're adding to it. And yes, it is a risk, but it's a calculated risk, and it's knowing how and when to use it. So this is a market where it allows for it. There it is. You can see when it goes up, it comes back down, and then these trades are taken off, right? So then you now recycle them on the next pullback. So this should go down further, probably to like right here. So slight pullback like that. Add. It is on the pullbacks like that. I add more on the pullbacks. And these bottom trades might be losing, let's say if it turns, but these top trades should pay for them. So if prices hits this one right here and breaks above, then I'm getting out. So with that, usually I want to get out, and it looks like it wants to bounce up again. So I got out, profit, and now I rebuild and recycle my sell position. So there's the trend line. This time I'm doing it lighter because it failed on basically it's M. So most likely it wants to go and retest higher. So I'm just waiting for that 2 price cycle up kind of thing to retest this level right here. And this might be the last of it. It's kind of struggling. It's a doji, so it's a good amount of equal buys, equal sells. But again, no turn signal on the 5 or the 15. If anything, it's a bad sign as far as, hey, it's going to go up. But this is expected, so it's like I'm just waiting for it. Could I be buying into this stuff? Sure. But if I would recognize it, I would have been buying here, which I was managing and trying to get out of my sales and stuff, so I didn't buy fast enough. I don't really want to be buying here because we're at the end, near the end of the price cycle. And if it cannot cross the 50% of the next price cycle, it will turn down. So if I was buying here, these could be losing buys. Why add to the loss? All right. So you can see up here, my profit did dip a little bit because my bottom a little bit too heavy, and I got out a little late, so took a slight loss. But nothing much. So this looks like the last of it because it's struggling. And this right here should be the break. That is, when it comes down, I'm going to drag some of these 2 TPs down for extra profits. And some of them drag all the way to the pivot. I'm going to spray them, spread them. And again, that's why it's called a shotgun, because your targets are spread. So I got some zeros here for the runner, which it should again come all the way down to here. That's just the structure of what I see. And this is basically a consolidation area. Because it went up, down, and because this couldn't come up 50%, likely to come down now. So drops, comes up 50% like this, drops about the same amount. So this should come down. So this right here will likely bounce up a little bit and then come down. So this is what I see happening. So 3 moves basically. And I would trust that more than if it came straight. Like if it came straight down and fast, it's likely to bounce and get rejected. Alright, so some of my trades took profit. We'll wait for a slight pullback like that, and then we'll add. Then drag some of these down for extra profits. Again, this is called a shotgun approach, shotgun technique. And because it's stair stepping down slowly, I trust that it will break more. Because you can see when it went fast like that, it got rejected. But when it's stair stepping down like this, slowing, drifting, it's definitely breaking. So there it is. It's going to hit the pivots, and I'm looking at my size position. I should be about 10 trades for the runner. If anything, I could wait for a slight pullback and then add to my runners and double it to 20 trades. So when it hits a pivot like this, it usually bounces a little bit. Sometimes coming up right here 50%. But you can see it doesn't bounce because this is the break basically. So I'm going to add to it now. I added about 5 right there for the 0 TPs. This is what I was talking about, the slight bounce. So this was the better position to add. And then I'll add 2 TPs here. And basically, it went down 1 price cycle, comes back half a price cycle, and drops. So I'm going to add again, build my 0 TPs for the break. wow, bigger pullback than I would have expected. It basically went one price cycle. It went one price cycle up, pullback. But this is the move that I was talking about where it comes down, comes up, comes down. So it goes down 2, up 1, down 2 kind of thing. And then what I'm gonna do is when prices drop, I'll peel off some of the top ones. These are the 0 TPs. But this is not good. This is a game changer because it came down only 50% and going up. Now it could be just this because this is a consolidation range. It could actually be going up again. It could be doing this before it drops. So this is not a good pattern. But now this is good because it's coming down again within the one price cycle. So as long as it consolidates within the one price cycle, we're okay. And then as long as this one breaks below like that, boom, then we're safe. So we're waiting for these to turn profitable and then peel them off to reduce the risk. And earlier I was adding to here because I thought this was the break. But this is probably it right here where it breaks. This one should come down 2 price cycles. So this is a good continuation pattern right here. Kind of a pause, flickering. It should drop. And then again, 5 minute, this is a good continuation pattern as well. Okay, so these are still slight loss. We're waiting for these to be profitable to peel them off. Clean up my charts in the meantime here and just wait it out. Slight pullback. Again, add to the cells. Add 2 TPs so then I don't have to take them off manually. It's not good here because it's going back one full price cycle again, which means it could be the W and then doing that consolidation range. We go up. So this is definitely a consolidating range market and not a trending market. It's pretty much stopped this downward trend. And if anything, I would say this was the apex, and that this market wants to turn up right now based on how it's consolidating. So it went up, consolidated, probably going up. So I'm gonna look to get out of my cells here and then start building into a buy position. You can see this is going up. It went down, came back down 50%, it went up. So on the 15 minute, this has turned, so it's not a good sign. But this is still just a doji area, so this is a good sign for cells because it's negating. So I'm gonna hold. But basically, if it closes above this, I would exit, take the small loss, and then flip the buys and pay for it with the buys. But right now, since it's turning down again like this, I'm going to basically exit my cells if this does not break. Because Ooh, major rejection there. This might be the exhaustion bar. But doesn't look like it. So again, exit here, and then flip the buys. Should pull back some a little bit like that. So yeah, I took a small loss, but again, this didn't break like I didn't break down like I thought it would. But you can see it's doing the price cycle up. There it is, pull back, buy into it, put some more 2 TP buys, and then pay for the loss earlier. And based on this price cycle, actually, it's only 8. I'm gonna actually increase my lot size, position size. I have to, just to pay for the loss earlier. I mean, overall, we're net profitable, but you know, I want to be profitable up here, which I'm a little greedy. You can see it's pulling back only about 50%. And this is where other traders get in trouble because they don't recognize when the market structure changes. And this is it. So this is now going up 50%. If it cannot pass this area right here, then we're likely to turn down. But right now, based on this action, it wants to do the W right here. See, W. And continue all the way to the top of the range. So this, you can see it's going up. So I'm going to add to my 2 TPs, a little bit heavy right here, to continue this momentum. See, on the 15 minutes gone up, on the 5 it's gone up. So right now it's very much in an up channel. So the market has changed. Well, that negates some, but that's kind of to be expected because it's around the 50%. So this is where we have to hold. See, it came down, but you can see that it doesn't break this level, which means it's going up. And this is not a good sign though, because it came down, and now that's a better sign. With this M5 is a continuation pattern. So I'm gonna add to the buys with 0 TPs. Be around 50 right here. So what I'm waiting for is this comes back up to retest the top of the range. Ooh, there's a big one right there. Like that. And this price cycle should be like this. There it is. There's the pop-up. Okay, so we should continue all the way to the price cycle here before it drops. And we're right at the resistance area right here. But you can see this should continue. It should continue. This is a continuation pattern right now because they're only getting down 50%. Should continue up. See, negated. There it is. And we're gonna just exit right here. Bam, at the price cycle. But this so far is flickering, so it might continue up and exit. Okay, so really I could have exit there and then added here, but didn't want to add to the risk. So now we got back our profits that we lost. We recovered it, and then you can see it should drop some a little bit, 50%. We'll add back to the buys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay, about 20-ish. So what I'm playing here is now this is touch the top 0, 1, 2. Is it 0 here? 1, 2. It should come all the way to the top of the range, right in here. So one more price cycle. Oops. This duplicate like that. So pull back half and then add, and then I'm gonna now add to this. This is where I double up for more profits. And I'm using 2 TPs, so I don't have to manage it, which always is 0 TPs. Because I have about 10-ish for the full. And then all of these are like just shotgun. Now adding to the zeros. Why? When you have a structure like this is basically gonna continue. Here it is. See, on the 5, yeah, it's a doji, but it should continue up. Yeah, this is not a good sign though. Pull back some. But I've seen it time and time again where basically the W comes back 50% like this, and then it continues up. So it's okay. It's to be expected. Basically, you got a consolidation right here. So we'll have some drawdown. So I added 0 TPs as it drops. And we're right at the top of support right now. Right here. So this should be the last of it. I'm pretty heavy too. I'm about 4 lots. So we haven't seen the turn yet. It might come all the way down for one full price cycle. So I'm just building my position. I'm just waiting for it to come down a little bit. And this being if this was a wick at the bottom, like a doji, then this is basically apex. So this might be it. It is touching me now. And could I have sold down to here? Sure, I could have. And this right here actually might be paying the range. Again, the whole range. But yeah, this is probably the turn right there. So it comes up, comes down 50%, and then it comes up again. Then this is the turn. This is it. As long as this holds, but still going down. Still add to the buys here. In the range, we're still 50% towards the top of the range. And this right here is probably the turn. Wow. Wanted to do 2 power cycles. So this is not good at all. It basically did the full range, and then if that was the case, I could have been selling all the way down like this. This is a good move. And I'm slightly heavy for 10. It's 20. So really, I should have been staying with my 0.04. This is a big drop right here. It actually sped up. So it went slow, and then now it's sped up, which is not a good sign. And you can see now I'm actually in the negative. I ate up all of my profits, and I'm back to almost my lowest drawdown. And this is a turn. Hopefully if it breaks this channel though, this one right here, oops, and it does. It breaks the trend channel right here. Come back 50% to test it, and it should be the turn. So now I'm going to add more heavily to the buys, and this is on the 5-minute. You can see it turning. So this next move, you know, it's up right here. It's good. If this continues up and then it comes back here, then we're good on the buys. But if it continues down like this, then we're basically in trouble. There it is, comes retest the trend line. On the 5, this is continuation down pattern. But again, I'm just playing the structure and the pattern, which is it went up, consolidated, it should do this. That this amount that went up right here should match right there. And it goes all the way up to here, which you see is the top of the bigger range. This is not good though, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3 for the downside. But this was where I originally suspected it would drop to this one. And I'm definitely in trouble. I can only hope that this right here holds for the range to save the buys. If not, I have to hedge, but I don't have enough position to fully hedge and float. So as prices goes down, my drawdown will continue to go down. And I have to kind of cut. So I have to cut my losses now. It's pretty big, 15 here, 18 pips. It's holding. It's holding the. It's not breaking. It's holding this range. So this is a good sign. If I add to the buys, I add to my risk. So as prices pull back, I could sell, knowing that sells might fail and lose. Okay, but based on this pattern, this is a good one. It's turned doji, likely to reverse now. But this is a pretty big drawdown right here. 8164. It's about 7.26% drawdown, which way too heavy. Unfortunately, I misread the market, and then I added way too heavy here. If I was in 0.04s, like originally analyzed, I would have been in better position. So this is a good sign for the turn up. We won't add to it yet because it has not followed through. It really needs to break this, go to one full price cycle for it to turn. Because if it only goes 50%, then so this is a good sign. This is a good sign. We're basically out of trouble, especially once it breaks this right here. Because that's the 50%. So what do I do here? I'm going to add to it. I'm going to take a slight risk and add to the buys. So on the pullback like that, add. Can I really contribute to the momentum? Not that much, but if we're going to risk, you know, close to 8%, we should make sure we're making 8%. That's why taking the risk. So this is a great sign right here, and then 2 TPs, great target for one price cycle. On the 15-minute, this turn is a doji, so this is a great sign because it went 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, it failed to break down right here, and what we should see is that major rejection up. This is not a good sign though. I mean, on the 5, this is a continuation pattern, so it is okay, it's good. But if it's flat like this, it could turn. What I'm hoping for is that it's a flag that, hey, this is the pole, and then it's just a consolidation and continues. But there's the drop. Could be the exhaustion bar. Hoping for it to gate. Oh god. So now it's turning down. Again, we're way heavy. What do we do? How do we save this? So we've got a little, basically a cup handle pattern now. And it wants to break down. Or we can pray that this is just a W, that it's forming. We will basically have to take the hit if it drops. We don't have enough positions to hedge or anything like that, so basically if it drops below this, I have to take a loss. As much as it sucks and it's painful to do, we take it and then we fix it with sells. But this is bouncing up, is a great sign for the turn. So this is the W. Unfortunately, I am heavy like this, and not. If I did it properly, I should have been like this. But got a cup and handle now. It's just, it hasn't played out yet. Is the thing as far as the sells. So the only thing I can do right now is hold, and hope this right here like that is pushing up. So on the 5 minute, it's a good sign because it's turning doji, and the 15 minute is also doji. So this is a good sign, but it's we're very much in a hope and pray situation. And there it goes up. So there it is. So 105. It's 7.82%. Yeah, so this is good. This is a good sign. It's like I said, we're not in the clear until it passes this right here. And then it's a W. Not a good sign right there. What I'm hoping for is this is just a 50% pullback and then like this. So we just hold. And this is where we have to take the loss, a smaller loss, if it breaks here. Because if it drops below this, then it's pretty much going to go here. And this right now is dropping again. We have to wait for the close, because it could touch and bounce. So this next candle, I'm hoping the bounce like that. And great. This is good. But it has to close above to continue. Like this. This is a great sign right here. I can't add to the risk though. I'm way too heavy. Oh, this is not a good sign. Just negated it. Oh God. Well, nope, the body is still right there. Oh, and it's pushing down. So the W is basically failing, and this is a good sign. Negated. And I'm just like, what do I do? Bulls are trying to push it up, so I can only hold because it hasn't lost. So that's a great sign right there. basically doji, and then this is a strong buy signal on the 5. On the M15, it's a turn doji up, but until that turns into a strong buy on the 15, then we're still in the danger zone. But based on this pattern right now, this is a great pattern. Pulls back, comes like that. So I'm way too heavy. And we can only wait. And side note that we're way past our morning session. We're into the afternoon session and basically playing the drift. Typically afternoon though it consolidates like this, so this might be the last of it. So this was not a good trading session at all. It broke some of my rules, especially when I changed my position size back to 0.08, because just when I did it, it went against me 20, 30. And I really thought it was going to break up, but it wouldn't. So if I was playing the range properly, I should flip to sells right here. And right now we're basically facing the afternoon slowness, and what we're hoping for is the drift. As you can see, it's not fast anymore, it's slower now. Basically this is now like the new price cycle. And it's very much in a consolidation. So I could wait for it to come back to account break even right here and close out, or I could just close at the loss and fix the next session. But yeah, this is not good trading at all. Didn't risk manage properly. Structure wise, it should very much go up just based on this. That, yeah, based on this right here, double bottom, comes back into this range, consolidating. Prices to me it wants to go up. So here it is, it's the afternoon close with the spread increasing, and wow, our biggest drawdown even lower. Yeah, 7.9, so close to 8%. Okay, and then basically the only thing I can do right now is to wait it out, because if I trust my structure analysis, then it should go up. So I'm going to speed this up, and it might be the 9th session before we are able to fix these trades. This is not a good sign at all. Look at that, it's pressing down, but it should drift up is what I would imagine based on the afternoon session. There it is, coming back up. It should drift up. Let's speed it up some. back down. Again, this is that consolidation. The afternoon session is very slow, but it should overall drift up. It is, comes back down. There it is. We're back to count break even, and we could get out right here. You can see it basically touched the where I was almost back to right here, but I didn't get out because I was playing it too fast. But again, it should drift up. It's just channel like that. So we'll fast forward it a little bit faster. And here, I mean, I could have been trading and recycling this, the trades, but I was just playing that, okay, I'm in a bad position, I'm just going to wait it out for the night session. Because I know my structure and it should come up. It's just that it takes a long time to reach it. And this is what it is right here. So here, I could decide to just get out. But I'm going to wait for it. There it is, I'm more profitable now. So it's reached the top of the channel, so it could come back down again, like this, and then come up. Because just based on the market structure, it should come up. So, I could have peeled off some of my losses too, and some of my profits, to basically reduce the position size, reduce the risk. And you can see we basically touched the night session. So overall, I'm just going to wait for it to continue the drift up, and so we're going into the night session here. The night session typically drifts in one direction. There it is. So we're very much profitable, and we can decide to get out. Our top trades will lose, but it should come up. There's a pullback, and then it should come up. It should go up, touch the top, and then we'll just exit all of our trades at profit. This does not look good. This is the pullback. Why? We're at the top of the trend channel. So it comes back down. See? So again, if I really played this well, I would have mitigated this and then took off some of my trades. But again, nighttime, because it entered going up, we should see it going up. So we're going to fast forward in time here. Comes to the top of the trend channel again as it comes back up, comes back down, I mean pull back. But again, it should only come down half and then up is what I'm expecting. So there it is. So finally, it reached the top of the channel, and this is where I just exit. Okay, so this was again bad trading session, and overall it took me all day, all night to fix. but we ended it at 9587.67. Whew. We made 50. No, what did we do? We made 8.91%. So just in the same amount that we risked, we risked 8% and we made 9%. Oh my god. Not the best. But still, it took us all day. So literally, it took from here to here. What is that? It basically took us 12 hours. $13 plus. I'm not good at math sometimes with this stuff. Where did we? 13. Oops. Took 52. $13 hours. Yeah. I figured so it took us 13 hours, which means we made 0.69% per hour. Not again, not the best, but still, I had the proper analysis as far as market structure. It's just it took me all day to fix it. Because when did I mess up? Again, I loaded up here in buys and I changed my position, and so that's where I messed up. But we did profit in the end. All right, with that, good luck with your trading.